Today, I give you Warlocks the power of Thanos. It isn't quite going to kill half the game, but it is going to snap bosses out of existence. I have one build with two variants that will either give you the power of Thanos or give you the most toxic snap ever seen in Destiny 2. It's toxic to the point where you'd make Destiny PvP Twitter look tame.
Stop it. Get some help.
Without further ado, let's collect the Infinity Stones and get snapping. Getting into the heart of our build, our solar kit starts off with our super Daybreak, which is probably the most unreasonably epic description in the game.
Fashion solar light into blades and smite your foes from the sky.
Your Daybreak projectiles launch a streak of deadly flames on impact. Okay, really? That last sentence could have been so much more epic.
Disappointed!
Like, it should have been,
your swords of light unleash a deadly flaming maw upon them, crashing to earth, eviscerating anything in their path. Good Guardian, continue smite.
Oof, sorry, I kind of took over a little and I blacked out. Anyway, for our class ability, we are running Phoenix Dive, where you dive to the ground and create a burst of solar light that cures nearby allies, and while Heat Rises is active, you gain restoration while diving and scorch targets upon landing. This build is extremely mobile, and most of it takes place in the air, which, before everyone freaks out because Bungie no likey the jumpy, there's more. I'm running Strafe Glide for better mid-air control, but run what you like here. For our melee, we are obviously running Incinerator Snap because Thanos didn't Celestial Fire the Avengers. That would have made for a very odd way for Infinity War to go. Incinerator Snap states to create a fan of burning sparks that explode and scorch targets. We are building a lot into this, so stay tuned. I know you may be like, it's a cool melee, but it doesn't do much. It will, trust me, it will. Finally, we're running my favorite grenade, the Fusion Grenade. It has the highest damage to lowest cooldown versus any other grenade and aims for me, which I need desperately. Moving to our aspects, we have Touch of Flame, which adds enhanced functionality to our healing, solar, firebolt, and fusion grenades. Focusing on how it benefits the fusion nade, it makes this thing explode twice, which leads to wild damage. Pairing that with our other aspect, Heat Rises, we'll probably have any PvPers click off because Icarus Dodge is so stuck on their kits. Taking it away will probably get the same reaction parents get when they take their kid's iPad away. Heat Rises adds a ton of utility, which is why it's here. It states you can fire weapons, melee, and throw grenades while gliding. Cool. Now for why we are here. Consume your grenade and release a burst of healing energy around you. Final blows while airborne increase the duration of Heat Rises and grant melee energy. You guys paying attention to that last sentence?
AC 130 above, and he's snapping?
Moving into our fragments, we have Ember of Searing, where defeating scorched targets grants melee energy. This is going to happen a lot, so expect a healthy amount of melee energy. Next, in a melee-based build, this one is essential, Ember of Torches. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. Why not juice your weapons and allies while snapping everything out of existence? Seems only fair in my mind. Ember of Singeing is next, where your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. You're going to be diving a lot. It's going to look like the damn Olympics out there, so don't belly flop. Hey guys, editing Teague's interrupting the vid for just a second. After doing more testing, I decided a great substitute here for even higher damage and to all but guarantee an ignition is Ember of Ashes. It adds 50% more scorch stacks to targets. Ashes for more explosions and ignitions, Singeing for class ability. I'll leave it up to you. That said, later stuff will benefit from ignitions. Okay, back to the video. Thanks. Finally, we have Ember of Benevolence, where applying Restoration, Cure, or Radiant to allies grants increased grenade, melee, and class ability regeneration for a short duration. Given that we're using Phoenix Dive, Heat Rises, and Ember of Torches, expect Ember of Benevolence to be up most of the time. Your teammates are gonna bask in your glory as a child of Destiny, Thanos. With our solar kit rounded out, let's get into our explosive weapons. Oh yeah, did you guys forget this is a nuke build? Things must explode at all times. It's okay if you're new around here, which if you are, hit that sub button and join the X Squad. Thanks in advance. Moving into our Bang Bang Shoot Shoot, we have a Ranghild, don't check me on the pronunciation on that one, with 1-2 punch. Any other shotgun with 1-2 punch will work, but this one was craftable, so why not? But why 1-2 punch? 1-2 punch states hitting an enemy with every pellet in a shot increases melee damage for a short duration. The increase to damage is substantial, being 200% against most enemies and 350% against bosses and vehicles. This is the first of our Infinity Stones into juicing our snap. Besides the recent buff pellet shotguns got in PvE, 1-2 punch will ensure some cosmic size damage with our snap. Next to our exotic of choice, we have a hand cannon that shoots mini suns and causes extinction level damage, Sunshot. Sunshot is an exotic exotic solar hand cannon and only 150 RPM hand cannon in the game that first debuted when Destiny 2 first released. It is available from World Drop, so you'll get one if you're one of the 5% of Guardians who somehow still don't have one. Its exotic perk Sunburn, which is what I get anytime I walk outside for literally any amount of time, states this weapon fires explosive rounds, more like miniature nukes, and highlights targets that take damage from sunshot. Where it causes mass unalive in-game is with its intrinsic perk Sunblast, where targets killed with sunshot explode in solar energy. Now, I know that it doesn't cause ignitions or scorch targets or synchronize with any of the Solar 3.0 words or whatever the hell Bungie calls them. But guys, with the stuff that I have in this build coming up, it clears rooms on its own and will give you back a ridiculous amount of ability energy. Finally, we have my favorite legendary solar rocket launcher, Ascendancy. Really, you can run whatever you want here, but Ascendancy will help a lot with burst damage, mainly due to explosive light, where picking up an orb of power will increase the next projectile's blast radius and damage. It increases the damage by 25%, which is nice. Thanks, good guy Ascendancy.
No problem, bro.
So you're probably thinking, dope, Teagues has us running a super original PvP loadout for PvE stuff. I know, guys. Shotgun hand cannon is riveting content, but trust me, with all the infinity stones I have in this build, you'll forget you're running a PvP loadout. To our armor, our exotic of choice, Infinity Gauntlet, and next stone is Winter's Guile. I can guarantee at least 30% of you just went,
What? Winter's Guile? What even is that? A winter dinner show?
Nope. Winter's Guile is an exotic Warlock gauntlet with the exotic perk Warlord's Sigil, where eliminating enemies with melee attacks increases your melee damage. Now you're like, wait, I see what he's doing. Yep, and we ain't done either. Now, Warlord's Sigil lasts 5 seconds and grants a scaling damage bonus to melee damage starting at 130% for 1 stack, 260% at ×2, 390% at ×3, 520% at ×4, and a fair and balanced 650% at ×5. Now you're really going, oh, this is ridiculous. Yeah, it really is. Stay tuned. We're not done. Let's talk mods. On our helmet, we are running Harmonic Siphon, where rapid weapon final blows with damage matching your subclass energy type create an orb of power. This plays into both explosive light and other mods I have coming up. Next, we have Hands On, which grants bonus super energy on melee kills. I mean, given that I just motivated you to charge up to a 650% melee damage bonus, why not get super energy for it? Finally, we have Elemental Charge, where you become charged with light by picking up an elemental well and gain an additional stack of charge with light if that well matches your subclass energy type. It will, don't worry. So count on 2 stacks every single time. On Winter's Guile, we have Momentum Transfer, where causing damage with your grenade reduces your melee cooldown, and Heavy Handed, where while charged with light, regain half your melee energy when you use a charged melee ability, consuming 1 stack of charge with light. It also says some shit about adding ammo to reserves of specific weapon, but I hate reading, so I didn't get that far. Heavy Handed is our next Infinity Stone. Getting half of our melee energy back just for using our snap is huge. On our chest, we are running a resist mod or a reserve mod of your choice, and most importantly, a mod that doesn't come off for these builds, our next Infinity Stone, Explosive Wellmaker, where rapidly defeating combatants with explosive damage spawns a solar elemental well. It doesn't come off for a reason, y'all. Snap makes boom, Sunshot makes boom, Nade makes boom, Daybreak makes boom. You guys get the picture? Lots of wells. Lots of wells. To our boots, we have double invigoration, which definitely sounds like natural melee enhancement, but it does reduce our melee cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. It's actually 15% melee energy per orb pickup when you double the mod, and 10% with just 1 copy. So if you want to run 1 and make room for a scav mod, feel free. Sunshot will more than handle making orbs with Harmonic Siphon. Finally, on our boots, we have our next Infinity Stone, Melee Wellmaker, where powered melee final blows create an elemental well matching your subclass energy type. Gotta be creating wells with all this snapping that we're doing. Finally, on our class item, we have Flame Harvesting, which will more than reward Sunshot for doing all of the utter destruction and bullshit it creates. It states solar exotic final blows create solar elemental wells. Exotic solar final blows will not be difficult with Sunshot. Oh, and don't forget about Explosive Wellmaker. It's just sitting there waiting. Next, we have Solar Fulmination, which causes your ignitions to do increased damage in an increased radius. This is probably a mod you can swap if you want for like Molten Overload if you're running endgame content. But a mod you cannot swap is our 6th and final Infinity Stone, Bountiful Wells, which just doubles all of our well creation mods. You'll literally see Sunshot create 4 wells per kill. Explosive, Flame Harvesting, and Bountiful Wells all combine to make this happen. The Snap will also create 4. By the way, if you're watching this after the season is over, I'll keep a pinned comment updated with subs for Solar Fulmination and Flame Harvesting. Finally, for our stats, build into recovery as your #1 priority, followed by resilience, strength, discipline, intellect, and mobility, because nobody cares about that except jumpy boys who can't jump anymore. Sorry, Stompy Hunters.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are.
You will.
Now, I did mention at the beginning of this video that I had a toxic substitute. That substitute is none other than Necrotic Grip. Necrotic Grip, known for being that thing you run with Thorn, because if you don't, your buddy will yell, "Why aren't you running Thorn?" They are exotic gauntlets with the perk Grasp of the Devourer. Damaging combatants envenoms them with poison that deals increasing damage over time. Defeating a poison combatant spreads the condition to nearby combatants. Provides a moderate benefit to the airborne effectiveness stat of all weapons of sorrow. There are only 2 weapons of sorrow in the game right now, and they are Thorn and Osteostriga, so I expect we will definitely get more. This poison does synergize with your snap. It isn't quite Thanos level damage, but it will more than clear rooms. It's a very fun crowd control alternative. That said, back to our Lord and Savior, Nutsack Chin. So you have your stones, your Infinity Gauntlet, and your mission to destroy anything in your path, or farm leaves, I guess. Let's put it together. Sunshot can be used to create wells to spin up elemental charge to ensure you have heavy-handed ready. Consuming your grenade will activate Heat Rises, releasing a burst of healing around you and your allies, spinning up Ember of Benevolence. Once active, make sure you're in the air to get the melee energy refund and to continue extending Heat Rises. And you can either start snapping away or use basic melee attacks to get Winter's Guile up to ×5. Once you're there, walk up to a boss, hit him with a shot from your 1-2 punch shotgun, and snap. By the way, I recommend binding charge melee to something else for this. You will see their health disappear, and you'll notice that your snap is almost ready to go again, because you've just spun up Radiant from Ember of Torches, which likely spun Ember of Benevolence back up. Scorching will give you back class ability energy, and snap kills will create wells from both explosive and melee well makers, while also keeping you charged with light, making heavy-handed always available. I found that given that Incinerator Snap sends out 5 projectiles, if each one gets a kill, you are instantly to Warlord Sigil ×5 after 1 snap. When you have all of the Infinity Stones combined and will have Warlord Sigil and 1-2 punch active, I was seeing projectiles hit from anywhere from 30k per projectile to a ridiculous 50,000 damage in various activities. Hey, again, editing takes with another note. Winter's Guile actually boosts ignition damage as well if it's caused by the snap by the same perfectly balanced 650%. Ember of Ashes is looking pretty good right about now. Okay, that's all. Enjoy the rest of the video. So, to the devs at Bungie, I'm sorry for unleashing this evil on the creations in the game, but at the same time,
I am inevitable.
so there you have it, the Thanos Snap Warlock build. Enjoy this one. It made a bunch of my friends laugh when I had everything up and running, so have fun and let me know how you like it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for future builds. A dim link to this build will be down below as well. Join my community Discord to better connect with me and other members of the Egg Squad, and until next time, I've been Teagues. You, as always, have been beautiful. Peace.